Evangelion 1.11 was a theatrical remake of the first 6 episodes of the popular 90s anime Neon Genesis Evangelion. Its sequel, Evangelion 2.22, was released in 2009 to fantastic reviews and praise from the community. But 11 years later it isn't seen in the same light that it once was. Does 2.22 deserve the criticism? Welcome to You Cannot Review, a 4-part series detailing my thoughts on the Evangelion Rebuild after seeing them for the first time. Make sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already, and welcome to my thoughts on Evangelion 2.22. In the 2 years between the films, many advancements were made technologically to make the film look extremely fresh and clean. From the amazing lighting to the masterfully crafted character designs, the animation has certainly advanced from the first film. On top of that, there are many iconic shots that are masterfully designed to feel familiar but new. Scenes like Gendo's dinner with Rei are perfectly crafted to show us the message instead of telling us. It makes for a nice break from dialogue-heavy scenes that plague the original. We also get new and exciting settings, such as the NERV cafe and the aquarium, where new scenes are created that make the film feel independent. But the visuals aren't perfect. Although they are choreographed well and look good, the fight scenes are way too quick. Instead of the slow and perfectly timed movements from the first film that feel heavy and daunting, we are given flips and jumps that don't seem like they should be possible for an EVA, even Unit 2. But overall, I'm really glad to see the films continuing to bring us new content instead of recycling old things, and this entry is definitely a huge step in the right direction for creativity in the series. The film reintroduces characters from both the first film and the original series. We once again see Shinji, Rei, and Misato, but we are also reintroduced to Asuka, an amazing character from the 1995 series. Seeing her in full HD and on the big screen made me really excited, especially since she wasn't even in the first film. Her character was different from her old one, but I really loved what they did with her. Her deepest insecurities are brought about by her time in Japan. She regrets everything she says but can't stop herself from acting out. Her motives are more clear but still remain mysterious. Asuka is also responsible for one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where she has a simple conversation with Misato before she pilots Unit 3. The conversation is interesting because we see Asuka unfold a little bit and open up, while still preserving her charm. Shinji's friends are used in new ways where they actually feel like teenagers. They are never forgotten about and add a sense of realism to the movie that makes it feel like there are characters who aren't constantly saving the world. Misato doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, but she still is a great character and I'm glad she is present. She never takes away from the plot, but still has some important moments that show her struggle to open up, even to the audience. Shinji and Rei both seem to regress a lot from the first film, but after the halfway point, both of their arcs pick up where they left off and become easily the best part of the film. The themes that their characters portray are perfectly executed, and I was surprised by how much this movie made me think. But despite these incredible scenes, Ritsuko's character was once again shoved aside, a tragedy for fans of the character such as myself. And finally, there is a new character introduced named Mari. She wasn't a huge part of the story, but I'm sure the next film will explore her more and make her likable. I'm glad that the characters are becoming independent from their original counterparts, and making the films less predictable. They were all improved upon from the first entry, and I'm looking forward to watching their arcs continue to develop. The plot of the movie, unlike the first film, is the most interesting part. It's also where the film gets kinda controversial. Where the first entry tried to recreate the first 6 episodes of the show, this adaptation takes the plot in a brand new direction. These changes allow for many amazing twists and turns that completely subvert our expectations. As I discussed in the first 2 segments, there are new settings and characters that give wonderful variety not only visually, but to the plot too. The movie definitely has a much clearer direction and builds up to an amazing climax, both emotionally and story-wise. I also thought I would make mention of the music, which is one of my favorite parts of Evangelion. This entry once again captures the eerily cheerful vibe that we expect from EVA soundtracks, and gives me what was missing from the first film. The movie's ending left me speechless and excited for what will come next. So, what can be said for Evangelion 2.22? In my opinion, it doesn't deserve all of the hate, and surpasses the first film. A lot of people will fight me on that, but for the most part, I stand my ground. Were the EVAs a little too flexible? Yes. But was the amazing dialogue, animation, and storytelling worth watching? Absolutely. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in for the 3rd part of the series. It's been a wild ride so far, and I think that we are almost done waiting for the final film. If you like this video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.